There's something extraordinary happening in your world right now that you might be completely unaware of. A cosmic shift so subtle, so perfectly orchestrated that most people miss it entirely until they look back months later and realize that everything changed in this exact moment. You're not here by accident. The fact that you clicked on this video, the timing of when you're watching this, even the circumstances that led you to this moment, none of it is random, but they're not meaningless at all. They're messages. And right now, as you're listening to these words, the universe is preparing to deliver something so significant to your life that it's already begun rearranging everything around you to make space for what's coming. Most people are completely blind to this process. They're so focused on what's going wrong, so conditioned to expect disappointment, so trapped in the noise of their current circumstances that they completely miss the cosmic preparation happening right under their noses. You see, the universe operates on a frequency that most people can't detect. It's constantly communicating, constantly orchestrating, constantly setting up the perfect conditions for your next breakthrough. But it doesn't communicate in the language you might expect. It doesn't send you a text message or leave a voicemail. Instead, it speaks through synchronicities, through unexpected encounters, through sudden shifts in your environment that feel almost too subtle to mention. Think about the last major positive change in your life, something significant that shifted your entire trajectory. Now, I want you to think back to the weeks and months leading up to that moment. I guarantee you there were signs, little things that felt almost insignificant at the time, conversations with strangers that felt strangely meaningful, books or articles that seemed to appear at exactly the right moment, dreams that felt more vivid than usual, moments of clarity that came out of nowhere. You probably dismissed most of these at the time as random occurrences, but they weren't random at all. They were part of a carefully orchestrated sequence designed to prepare you for what was about to unfold. The universe was essentially upgrading your consciousness, expanding your capacity to receive and handle the magnitude of change that was heading your way. Here's what most people don't understand about major life transformations. They require a different version of you to sustain them. The person you are today, with your current beliefs, your current patterns of thinking, your current emotional capacity might not be equipped to handle the version of your life that's trying to emerge. So, before the universe delivers your breakthrough, it has to upgrade you first. This upgrading process happens in very specific phases. And right now, if you're resonating with what I'm saying, you're likely in one of these phases without even realizing it. The first phase is what I call the dissolution period. This is when things in your life that no longer serve your highest good begin to naturally fall away. It's not dramatic or catastrophic. It's more like a gentle unwinding of connections, situations, and patterns that have been keeping you stuck at your current level. You might notice that certain relationships start feeling different. Not necessarily bad, but just not as aligned as they used to be. Now feel conversations that once felt engaging. Eyeing activities that used to bring you joy suddenly feel empty or meaningless. Opportunities that seemed so important just months ago now feel completely unappealing. Most people panic during this phase. They try to force these fading connections back to life. They interpret the dissolution as evidence that something is wrong, that they're moving backward, that they're losing ground. But actually, this dissolution is proof that you're moving in exactly the right direction. Life is clearing the deck for something bigger to land. The second phase is the amplification period. During this time, everything becomes more intense. Your emotions feel deeper. Your intuition becomes sharper. Even mundane experiences seem to carry hidden meanings. Colors appear more vivid. Music sounds more beautiful. Simple conversations feel loaded with significance. This isn't you becoming overly sensitive or reading too much into things. This is your consciousness expanding to match the frequency of what's about to manifest in your reality. During this amplification phase, you'll start having what I call preview experiences. These are little tastes of the success, the clarity, the joy, or the abundance that's heading your way. Maybe you receive unexpected recognition for your talents. Maybe you have a moment of crystal clear vision about your future. Maybe you experience a level of peace or confidence that surprises you. These preview experiences aren't accidents. They're not just feel-good moments to brighten your day. They're calibration tools. The universe is literally showing you what's possible, what's coming, and simultaneously preparing your nervous system to handle that level of success or fulfillment. Your subconscious mind needs these preview experiences to believe that you're worthy of receiving what's about to unfold. Without these calibration moments, you might sabotage your breakthrough when it arrives because it would feel too foreign, too overwhelming, too different from your current identity. The third phase is where things get really interesting. And this is where most people either break through completely or fall back into their old patterns forever. This is the testing phase. Right before your major life change arrives, the universe will present you with what appears to be your biggest obstacle yet. But here's the secret that changes everything. This obstacle isn't trying to stop you. It's trying to confirm that you're ready. This test rarely looks like what you'd expect. It doesn't come with clear instructions or obvious solutions. Instead, it usually shows up as a situation that requires you to demonstrate the exact qualities you've been developing throughout your journey. Maybe it requires you to trust your intuition when logic suggests otherwise. Maybe it demands that you speak your truth when it would be easier to stay silent. Maybe it asks you to take action when every part of you wants to wait for more certainty. The people who recognize this test for what it is, who understand that it's not a roadblock, but a graduation ceremony, they pass with flying colors, and that's when everything shifts. But those who interpret it as just another problem, just another delay, just another reason to doubt themselves, they often give up just steps before their breakthrough would have arrived. Here's what happens when you pass that open in one area of your life. They open everywhere. Final test. The floodgates don't just simultaneously. Opportunities start multiplying faster than you can process them. People begin seeking you out instead of you having to chase them. Resources appear from unexpected places. Doors that were locked for years suddenly swing wide open. But the most profound change isn't external. It's internal. You don't just achieve different results. You become a fundamentally different person. Someone who naturally attracts the things you used to have to struggle for. Someone who operates from abundance instead of scarcity. Someone who trusts the process because you've witnessed firsthand how perfectly orchestrated everything truly is. You start seeing patterns everywhere that other people miss completely. Right now, as you're listening to this, pay attention to what's happening in your body. Notice if there's a sense of recognition, quiet knowing that what I'm describing is somehow familiar. That recognition isn't coincidental. It's confirmation that you're already in this process. The cosmic wheels are already turning. The universe is already rearranging circumstances to deliver your breakthrough. But here's where it gets even more powerful. The moment you become conscious of this process, the moment you stop resisting the dissolution and start cooperating with the amplification, everything accelerates. Instead of fighting against the current, you start flowing with it. Instead of trying to control the timing, you start trusting the timing. Instead of demanding to know how everything will work out, you start focusing on becoming the person who deserves what's coming. The signs are everywhere if you know how to look for them. That conversation you had yesterday that felt unusually meaningful. That idea that keeps appearing in different forms throughout your week. That sudden urge to change something about your environment or your routine. These aren't random impulses. There are cosmic nudges guiding you toward your next level. The universe has been preparing you for this moment your entire life. Every challenge you've faced, every lesson you've learned, every moment of doubt that pushed you to dig deeper has been building toward what's about to unfold. You're not just randomly stumbling through existence hoping for the best. You're part of an intricate cosmic design that's been orchestrating your breakthrough long before you were even aware it was possible. The dissolution, the amplification, the preview experiences, the final test, and the cascade effect. These aren't separate events happening to you by chance. They're phases of one unified transformation designed to elevate you into a version of yourself that doesn't just achieve success, but embodies it so completely that it becomes as natural as breathing. Your breakthrough isn't coming despite the challenges you've faced. It's coming because of them. Every setback prepared you for this comeback. Every moment of uncertainty strengthened your faith. Every time you almost gave up but chose to keep going, you proved to yourself and the universe that you're ready for what's about to manifest. The signs are all around you right now. The synchronicities, the meaningful encounters, the sudden clarity emerging from what used to feel like chaos. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations that your moment has arrived. Trust the process, embrace the transformation, and prepare to step into the extraordinary life that has been waiting for you all along. Music.